On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, have you now seen what's next with Ninjago with the dragon powers of drift, spin, and flip? Kai, Nia, and Lloyd are here today in their gimmicky dragon egg clustering rotating vehicles. Very interesting, fun gimmick this time around for Ninjago Dragons Rising. So we'll be having some fun figuring these out. Also, I'm saying powering down, I should say, to my Canon 80D. This camera has gone through at least 1,000 reviews at Squirrel Stampede, and it is finally starting to go. I've kept it going for the longest time. It kind of goes click, 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 sometimes on me. Probably all that Treasure X ooze inside. But I have had this Canon R6 handy for the last couple years, but only now really liking the current firmware on this thing. It's really finally performing, so you'll see a few things going on there. But today it's Ninjago. We're gonna have some fun building these three sets and meeting the three in their new Dragon Rising's suits of dragon power.
Squirrel Stampede!
Okay, we can start by saying we have already constructed the lava dragon with Kai, and there was also a Lloyd figure included, and of course an Alex figure. No wait, this Alex figure. No wait, Wildfire. So we've seen Kai before, we've seen Lloyd before, so how about we start with what I like to call Nia, and everyone else likes to say Naya. This is Nia's Dragon Power Drift, set number 71778, 57 pieces. It's hard to figure what's going on with these sets exactly yet, but they do look fun and exciting. I like that they're not just a pull cord type of crazy feature, but maybe something a little more in the realm of functioning. We've got these bowling balls included, I like to call them. I think they're more like dragon energy cores, something like that. I like to call them bowling balls. And of course from the box you can see Kai and Lloyd are the others available. Box design pretty cool too. I like the cutout. I like how Nia's trident is just shooting out, pointing to the sky. Let's see what this one looks like inside. Not too much. I believe these are tracking at about $10 per pack, so they really have to make do with what they can. Here's our pieces. Let's see what we look like. And a good assortment of Nia-like colors, light blue, watery, with some gold. Oh, that's a golden dragon core. 3 blue dragon cores and 1 golden. That's pretty good, as when we built up Heatwave, we only really got 1 core, and it felt kind of limited. Now we've got multiple, plus instructions for building. So let's say we start with Nia first. Where's Nia? I think I found her pants. And then we can find body. And the new scarf covering lower helmet. Her head, which either seems like classic smiling aggressive Nia or Lone Ranger Nia with mask. And then the new helmet design, which I think are getting mixed results. They're kind of like a bike helmet, but kind of like a hood. Maybe there's some armor in there, hard to tell. And her trident. We've got a trident weapon for this one, and we're going to build just by adding a little clip to the base and a little water swoosh. Okay, that's not bad. I always like to see a new ninja figure, so there's Nia with a pretty good drift character piece, because it is a power drift pack. Getting in just a little closer, trying my best to work this new camera. The focusing is a little bit odd. You'll see that her arms are a little bit translucent, transparent. That's kind of fun. And hard to see her chest piece with the hoodie in the way, but it's got some interesting detailing to it. I think I can see her water dragon chest emblem on there. So that's Nia, and now we can start building this drift thingy she's got. Okay, in construction, it all starts with this strange new piece. What is this going on? It looks like a pair of pants with an extra leg, so 3 holes for these cool energy cores will roll on in, and I believe this thing is going to roll all over the place as these little marbles are rolling around the table. So we'll start construction. I can see a couple studs there for Nia to stand on, so we start by aligning this like so. We've got to have these 2 studs up here, this stud down below, and the 2 foot studs there. And then we can place in one of these pieces. This will get us nice and straight. Okay, and then we can start adding some fun flair to this by adding some classic Nia water squirrely swirls. Squirrely swirls, of course. Dragon water squirrely swirls. Flip this over, and it goes over onto this side. And we should also reinforce with this piece and one of these. How am I doing so far? How's the focus doing so far? I don't think it's completely focusing where I wanted to. I'm gonna try this expand the area focus moment. See how that works. There's a lot of focus control here I've got to figure out, a lot to figure out. Oh, and I think I need to build another one of these squirrely swirls. Where's another squirrely swirl? Oh, and I hope I didn't read the right line for the right instruction. A little confusing here. One of those. Now we're gonna go back this way. And we're still upside down. Okay, I think I've got everything pointed in the right direction. That's a good sign. Okay, building so well. You can flip the instructions over. Then we'll place on some supports, little flat stud panels to get these to hug in nice and flat. Those dragon cores are going everywhere. And now we can install the dragon cores. Finally, this is probably the most exciting part. So we built something similar on the lava dragon before under the chest, and these are going to just lock in, I don't know, from either the top or the bottom. I think it doesn't matter. I just went in from the top. Let's try the bottom. It worked just fine. And one more here. I'm gonna go with the bottom. Okay, there is our core vehicle, and these are gonna just smoothly roll across the table. This is so interesting. This is such a fun and unique new idea. And then we could take Nia here and have her stand, get her trident just right, have her stand in the center here. And that's pretty fun. That's not too bad. But we have some extra pieces here. We got to figure out what the rest of the pieces do before we really get into this. So slide her back over here. We have to build 2 of these little water gushy towers. 2 water gushy towers, so one of those. I'm curious what my focus is doing now. It may just like jump to my hand, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna keep it on the table right now. So now it's just on the table as I try to learn what is the best way to focus with this new camera. Actually, 2-year-old new camera. Okay, we got 2 water things, and these are like little goalposts for Nia to slide through, so those are interesting. Anything else to build? We've got a little robot dude. It would really help if I caught up with the show. I'm so behind. I gotta catch up with the show one week. And this goes here. Feels like just the right amount of stuff included with this pack. Wolverine claws. Gold Wolverine claws, anyone? Gold squirrel claws. And this must be the headpiece up here. Gonna give it a little orange eye and 2 Autobot ears. Or, well, probably Decepticon. Decepticon ears. Or maybe even a Terracon. And then, oh, this will make this little dude a little wobbly. We're gonna put on a little roundy core base so that when Nia comes flying by, it's going to be just a little wobbly. That's fun. Woo! Whoa! Woo! And one more thing to build. There's several things going on here. Now we're gonna build this Ice World Mario Frozen Shell, which we had built a Flipperus a month ago or so, and the Flipperus has already flipped one of my ice shells into oblivion. I can't find it. That Flipperus, silly Flipperus, and then we've got 9 studs to place in here. And everything else is just extra. Got an extra Wolverine claw, an extra Decepticon ear, and a few extra pieces there. So pretty good there. So all in all, we've got our weird cup of ice. We've got our weird icy fountains. We've got our little doodly dude. And of course, oh, an extra stud. We have Nia on her rolly roll, drifty roll. So in first looking at Nia's new drifty power roll thingy, Dragon Power Drift I should call it. Look at that, all 4 little dragon cores roll it about on the table surface, nice and smooth. She stands tall and looks fun. And obviously the 3 features are slide her through the 2 goalposts. We got that option, so there's your goalpost. We'll slide her back in. Ooh, not rolling too well on this table actually. It's a little bit friction. There's some friction going on as she rolls between the 2 fountains. The other option, of course, is attack this little cool Autobot Decepticon Terracon guy. And knocking him right into the ice tray. There's ice cubes all over the table, Nia. So, you know, there's some fun with this. I'm guessing the drift feature just comes in with the rotationable rolliness effect of Nia's Power Dragon drift thing. And you can kind of give her a good push and spin, and push and spin. Maybe it's all on the wrist. There goes Landry. But, you know, play with these at your own free will. See what happens. I like the glide work. Test different surfaces. This is a very smooth table, so it kind of glides more than it does roll. I'm curious what other surfaces, like maybe a really flat, soft carpet would do. Might be kind of fun. But I'm enjoying this so far, and for some reason she does come with that extra energy ball. This one is in a tan color, so maybe that's part of the collect all of the dragon cores available. And of course, since we are on the subject of deep underwater things, Nia's World, now is our chance to once again look for another ASMR Snapdot octopus. We are still looking for what I believe are green, black, red, and maybe light blue. Was it light blue? What do we got today? We have found green! Pretty sure we haven't seen green yet with the glasses. We found the purple rare last time, so that was the biggest find ever. Still looking for black. I would love to see mustached black. That would be awesome. I don't know how we'll get to that someday, but there is green. Obviously with some of the powers of Lloyd. Remember, when you're opening these, don't pull from the face, kind of squeeze it in. Squeeze that face in off the plastic so it doesn't rub onto the plastic. It's kind of difficult. Maybe even gonna squeeze out the plastic. Oh, it's fighting me. There we go. Good deal. I did not rub off the face covering. And there is green, almost a yellow, a bright fluorescent yellow too, but a little more green. And this one is really hugging my table. That's a tight hug. You want to keep these guys nice and clean too. I've kind of muddied up Pink. I think Pinky got muddied up and doesn't want to stick as well. There's green though. Nia now has a green friend who's pretty smart with those glasses. Hey! Although that might just be a stereotype. Yeah. So Nia's drift, dragon power, pretty fun. How about we test out... Ugh, that guy's really stuck. How about we test out Kai next? I'm curious how this Kai figure will look compared to what we saw with the basic Kai figure from the Heatwave Dragon Pack. I believe the differences in these Dragon Power sets are the translucent arms and a different chest emblem. Oh, and a little bit on their helmet too. So there's some differences there, which make them pretty cool and unique. So Kai's got the Dragon Power flip thing. The flip is going on. And I can't really tell from the back how the flip is going to function, other than maybe functioning the same as Nia's. But I like the fact that we've got flip, drift, and Lloyd spin. So what do we got inside Kai's? Kind of the same thing that's going on with Nia. Obviously lots of good red pieces with Kai, lots of fiery red pieces. Try not to burn the table here. I don't know why, but it feels like there's a lot more pieces. What does Kai have for pieces? Kai had 72 and Nia had 57, so yeah, Kai's loaded with pieces. And instructions to build. Maybe it'll indicate how to flip versus drift. And another little robot-y dude. So let's work on Kai first. Where is Kai? Where do we got with Kai? I've got his pants, I've got his awesome tunic, and maybe let's zoom him up close. Can I do this? This is something I've never really been able to do really quick before. There's his chest piece. That's pretty fireful, and you can see the translucent arms on his hands. Oh, that was so cool. And focus is back okay. Then we're gonna drop down his scarfy scarf. And we find his head here, which we have our... Try this again, everybody. Focus, focus. It's good there. It's a little smaller because it's harder. There's Kai's original normal head with his band-aid over eyebrow. And then, of course, Lone Ranger Kai. I like to keep calling these. Who's the Lone Ranger? I've never heard of that before. It's got to be something from the 1920s. And then his fire helmet on top. And then we can get him back up here. Oh, that is so fun and easy. Okay, so there is Kai. And you can see, let's get out Kai from the lava dragon. You can see the differences here. We've got translucent arms on the Flip Kai and a different chest piece. Looks to be the same pants. And helmet has some fiery effects. They always kind of do that with these fun pack figures. And we can place sword on back. Did we get a sword? What do we got for weapon? So for weapon, we're just dealing with little fire pushes off his fingers, the little flippy fire things. No extra gold sword included. Kind of a bummer. I wish there was a sword included. Where's our extra fiery push? Why am I calling them pushes? Flaming hands, flaming fire throws, something, whatever you like to call those. They're fun though. They're always a nice little extra detail. Okay, so let's quickly build up what Kai has in his awesome little slider. And so there's Kai's power flip, and I feel like for whatever reason this one is gliding on my table just a little softer than what Nia did. I don't know why, maybe just the color of the spheres were just slightly better. I don't know, something happened there. But so he does the same thing kind of what Nia does is this slide, only this one is flip, and I think to flip you've got to just kind of flip one of these sides down with your fingers. So let's give it a quick flip. Oh, Kai, are you okay?
No.
So again, a quick flip with the finger, and I think he's going to kind of just rock around on these little supports. They're a little rounded, and maybe or maybe not hit into some of the obstacles that come with the pack.
Oops.
You overflip, that what happens. And I seem to do that more often. How did I get him to stand on his feet the last time? Whoa, pieces flying, not good. Okay, let's build some of the obstacles for Kai to attack. We're going to do some lava fountains, and another robot, and a little power pedestal. So let's build those up pretty quickly. We have our Dragon Energy Core Fire Tower constructed. So maybe we are supposed to place the Energy Core in the Ice Cube tray from Nia's. I did not do that. Then we have our couple little fire fountains and our little Decepticon guy. I'm sure there's a better name for it. And of course, Kai with the flip can now activate his attack on all structures. And pretty much, I think you're just flipping him in. I don't really think there's an exact battle plan to it. I thought maybe if I flipped towards whatever he was pointing at, that would be kind of cool. And he actually kind of landed on that one, so I kind of like that. How about flipping backwards to this robot guy? Oh, he did it! That was actually pretty cool. So I'm having best luck when you're flipping to point the flip at the object. Well, now he did not so. But I'm seeing some potential with the flip. I'm seeing a lot of potential. There we go. That worked pretty well. So the flip is actually there. You just point it where you're going to want to go. And then the flip goes after it. One more time with this robot. I like the backwards flip. If I can get it to go. There we go, then what Nia had with the drift. And a few more pieces too, making Kai's little set a little more exciting. That brings us to our final build. We've got Lloyd with the Lloyd's Dragon Power Spin. And I'm thinking pretty close to what Nia does. He spins on these rollies, and he's got maybe a little more of a tornado effect perhaps. I think they kind of stretch on what each one of these can do. Let's get Lloyd out at 56 pieces, just one less than what Nia had. There we go. So obviously green pieces will be the theme of this pack, with green energy dragon core eggs and another gold one. Another half shell of green. Feels a little more similar to what we just did with Nia perhaps. Great bright greenness. Something I think our little friendly squid may like. Or was that octopus? There's our cool little base plate. And what do we have for Kai? I mean Lloyd. We're on Lloyd right now. Where is Lloyd's pants? Lloyd's pants. Right there, similar to what we saw before. There's his different chest plate. These dragon cores are rolling on me. I'm just going to drop one in there now. And where's his head? There's his head. Let's try him without his shield, face coverings, and get in closer. There we go. A little bit bright on him. Come on. There is our Lloyd. And of course, what we saw from Lloyd from before. So a little more fancified, attackified, energiified torso piece and some translucent arms on him. And get him back set with his coverings, and we can now build what we can find together in the pack of Lloyd. Instructions included, of course. Probably similar to what Nia, I believe a little more like Nia's. So let's build up Lloyd's Dragon Power Spin. Okay, what do we have going on for Lloyd? We've got a little droid with Lloyd, very similar to the others, a little tippy on this one. Kind of reminds me of Nixels back there, doesn't it? And so obviously we'll check out Lloyd Spin, Dragon Power Spin. So many words to remember. So this one a little more weighted in the center. They placed a little roundy core lower down so that the three Dragon Core rotator balls on the bottom are lifted off the table a little bit. So of course now we get a spin, just classic Lloyd right there with a spin jitsu move. So that's pretty fun. Then we can just have him spin attack into all these various things. So we have spiky posts to spin attack into. Those nearly took out my eyes. And then we have an energy dragon tower core precariously set up Jenga-like, and we'll kind of knock into there. So you just rebuild by placing this up on top and then balancing perfectly, getting that sphere up there, and then rotating the Lloyd into it. The three rolly cores on the bottom really barely touch. They barely get to the surface. It's all about that central spin on there. So they certainly do, each of them do their own tricks. Definitely spin with Lloyd because of that center. Definitely flip with Kai because of these arms that are rounded. And definitely drifty with Nia as she just kind of rolls flatly on the table into each of the three. So they've all been really fun. Good choice of color scheme too, with the green, red, and blue with this first run series. Of course, Cole is always forgotten and we have no Cole. And a Zane would be nice to see too. It'll be curious if we see more. All three of these have been pretty fun. So that has been fun with LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising, flipping, drifting, and spinning. These have been pretty fun. I like the little cluster of Dragon Energy core pads, sliding them around, doing some of the tricks. It's a pretty fun innovation for Dragons Rising. If you like today's video, please give us a squike, squirrelive, squammet your favorite Dragon Risings set. Maybe we will take a look at them. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.